What's up, guys? It's Jeff Clough, your SoCal smoker. I'm gonna be doing something a little bit different today. Normally I'd be fishing. Today, I'm gonna be doing some smoking. I'm gonna show you a good, cheap way to feed a family of 4. First thing I like to do whenever I'm doing something, keep my knife sharp. Now I've already done it, so it's already pretty sharp. One thing that I have to say, try a steel. All right, so chicken quarters. This whole thing of chicken quarters was $8, $8.61. Okay, that's gonna feed our family of 4 with some potatoes and some squash. So that whole meal for 4 people, roughly about 14 bucks. Not bad, right? All right, so what I did prior, obviously washed my hands for the prep. Then I get a trash can here, get it ready. I take all these, throw them on here so I can show you guys how I'm gonna trim them up. There's a certain way I like to trim. I don't like a lot of fat, all that kind of good stuff. Chicken quarters, they're pretty fatty, but I'm gonna show you how to season them. I'm gonna smoke them on my Traeger. So right here, as you can see this piece right here, this is kind of a part of the tail, so we're gonna trim that off. Go straight to the bag for cleanliness. And right here, there's this extra skin, fat, just kind of junk. And that's why I said, make sure you have a sharp knife, because if not, it's not gonna go through it like that. Any other fat that you might wanna trim off, trimming is up to everybody's choice, how they wanna do it. There are a few things, like getting the tail cut off right there. Then this piece right here. Oh, a little bloody in there. There. I am going to rinse that before I'm done. Okay. Now again, this piece right here, you can see it. As you can see, it's basically solid fat and skin. So again, boom, trim that right off. Right through the piece of bone too. The tail, boom. Any of this extra fat that you don't want in there, just trim it right off. And I'd have to say the reason for my knife being as sharp as it is using that diamond steel. The diamond steel, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I started using it, I worked on a boat for a long time, clean fish, so that's how I learned how to use a knife and a steel like that. All right, so what we have here, chicken quarters. You will see right here, there's this kind of gross blood stuff that I take out. Take that out of each one. All right, so with all that, so what I'm going to use is my own personal favorite seasoning. And it's basically salt, pepper, garlic with a little bit of it is McCormick hamburger. So I mix the 4 of those together, and that's how I get the rub that I like. So I'm going to turn all these over. Always coat the underside first, and the reason why I coat the underside first, because you want to flip them over. The other side is the side that's going to be the presentation side. Now with chicken, I never go as heavy on the seasoning as I do with like tri-tip or anything like that. Pork tenderloin, I go pretty heavy. Chicken I don't go as heavy because one, I'm gonna do like kind of a watered down barbecue sauce at the end. So then we flip those bad boys over. Over. So I'm gonna grab just a paper towel and just kind of pat it dry. Make sure none of that weird stuff's on there. It will also help this to stick. All right, so got them all pretty well seasoned up there. Maybe not quite perfect, but pretty well seasoned. All right. So next step, what I'm gonna do is gonna be putting them on in about a half hour. So I'm just gonna stick them in the oven. It's not on. Stick them in there for about a half hour. And the reason why I'm using the oven is so nothing can get close to it, attached to it. I like to leave it in there for about a half hour, kind of bring up the temperature just a little bit. I know it's not steak. No, you don't have to do that, but it's what I like to do. It seems to work well for me. All right, so that's where we're gonna leave it for now. We'll get back. I'll go start the Traeger here in a little bit and show you how I do that. All right, so I'm gonna get the Traeger going, and we're gonna be doing the leg quarters today, but with drumsticks, thighs, I cook them all in the same. I'll do 325. So we'll get this sucker turned on. 325, what I like to do is keep it open for a minute, let all that bad smoke come out, close it down. That's why I preheat it about 15 minutes before I'm gonna put them on. Right now I think it's about 4:15. Usually the chicken quarters are roughly about an hour and a half, and I cook them to 165, which is the safe temperature for chicken, and then I put a little barbecue sauce on them, then I cook them even further. So I do them to 180 just for safety for my family and stuff like that. And I tell you what, even at 180 they come out so juicy. You'll see, incredible. We'll get back to this in a second. All right, so we got the smoker up to our desired temp, 325. Did a couple more legs, chicken quarters. My youngest can eat pretty well, so simple. This region right here tends to get hotter. Okay, it's right where the flame comes out. So I'm putting all the big ones right there, and I'll do the two smaller ones on the outside edge. All right, I'm just gonna close that up, and we'll come out in about an hour. Give them a temp. Like I said, 165 safe temp. I'm cooking them to 180. At 165 I will put sauce on them. So we'll revisit this in about an hour. All right, so I finally hit the 165 temp. Sorry, it's dark. It's dark at like 4:30 now because it's winter time. Hate that. So what I'm gonna do, a little barbecue sauce, watered down. Put on each one. Hopefully you guys can see all this. And what I've noticed with barbecue sauce, you never want to overdo it. Kind of makes the skin a little bit chewy. So that's why I water it down a little bit. On there. This one, that was the biggest one. we're gonna let this set, cook for probably about 15 more minutes or so, get to about 180, like I said. I just like it that temperature, and let me tell you, it's still gonna be juicy. The juices will literally fall out of it. So we'll get you on the serving. All right, so here's the meal. Got potato, leg quarters, and zucchini, all within less than 15 bucks. So great dinner for the family. That's how we do it. We're all gonna sit down and eat, say a prayer, enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. See you guys next time. If you guys have anything that you want me to cook, let me know. I'll do whatever. Thanks for watching.